Attention parents and grandparents of young children, though this video is based on a child topic, this video is intended for mature audiences, so get your kids off your iPads.
Man, I sure do love my Xbox Series X that I bought for 4 Genesis games. I mean, look at these graphics, not even that can compete.
Man, do I love my Xbox Series X. And while I do prefer my PS5 and even my Switch, this thing is still a really great console. And the best feature of this thing by far is Xbox Game Pass. When I got my Xbox Series X, I had a trial to play any game for a single $1 for a full month. It was like a monthly trial of stepping into a whole new world of video games. Especially as someone who never owned an Xbox One, because who really did? Halo, Forza, Ori, plenty of quality stuff. But there are some other games on Xbox Game Pass from third parties, as well as Feeding Frenzy! Yes! But that's not to say there are only good games on Xbox Game Pass. Some of these games are games I've even covered on this channel before, like Marvel's Avengers. Ugh. I'm trying my hardest here. This campaign took me 12 hours to complete, and it gave me this to work with. And some I haven't covered or even played yet I've heard were bad, like Halo 5 and Final Fantasy 13. But while combing over the amount of variety I had to download with just a push of a button, I then saw something that just caught my eye, and it has to be one of the worst games so far I've seen on Xbox Game Pass. PAW Patrol Mighty Pups.
We're getting to the deep shit now, but you know what? Maybe this game is alright. Never judge a book by its cover, you know the old saying. So, let's do it. Let's nitpick PAW Patrol Mighty Pups for Xbox Series X.
Alright, we boot up the game and see this bright colorful logo for the publisher Outright Games, which then is immediately followed by this Dark Souls looking developer logo. What a tone shift. Well, it can only get worse from here.
Mighty Pups, they're here to save the world.
Look, I know this is based off a kid's show. I know, but I wasn't expecting the song in this to sound like a Christian superhero theme song. Well, let's start the game up, and we get thrown into a story where a meteor has crash landed into Adventure Bay.
You didn't see that coming either, did you?
But it's okay, because even though a meteor has crash landed onto the beach, the boss seems to be more concerned about sending a pup out to clean up the garbage. There is a meteor on our planet and we didn't die. I think we can worry about some Coke cans later. And what's this guy's name? Ryder?
Ryder? I hardly know her.
Oh, also speaking of Ryder, Ryder reads off every single menu option when it's highlighted. Every single one of them.
Main mission extra setting lock 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 extra.
Now you see, you think that this would lead me into complaining that Ryder talks way too much during the game, but you see, I think the game knew I was going to complain about that because the game keeps cutting him off.
Repair the ski lift with wooden planks. Look around to have arrived. Chickaletta is playing hide and seek, and Mayor Goodwin.
I swear I'm not pressing anything. In fact, I've tried deliberately to press buttons to intentionally make him shut up. This is the game telling Ryder to go in timeout. It's not like Ryder reacts to anything regardless, because after the pups interact with the meteor, they can get superpowers from it. And Ryder is completely unfazed.
Wow, the meteor gave the pups mighty powers.
And he's like this throughout the entire game, literally the exact same tone of voice every time he talks. And also, before they even figure out what their powers are, Ryder immediately commands them to use their powers to get the meteor off the beach.
Use these powers to bring the meteor back to the lookout.
Well, while speaking about power, let's discuss how much power this game is using. I think the original show looks pretty good, you know, for a baby show on Nickelodeon, of course. But this game, some of the charm is there, but you know what this game reminds me of? Popeye on PS4. Now, does that game look worse than that? No, even Atari games look better than that, and that's not even a joke. Well, while the game has more polygons, and while Mighty Pups isn't an asset flip, they both share one thing in common. Why do the colors look so unsaturated? Why do they look so flat? I've only seen the show here and there because I have nephews and cousins. I know what the show looks like. The show isn't this cheap.
Anyway, shut up and play the game already!
So you start each of the levels with 2 pups, selected not by you, but by the game itself. However, later on in the game, there are moments where 2 other pups will come in and help. Otherwise, you're stuck with those 2 characters and their abilities, which I would be saying if they had other abilities, which they don't. The only thing, and I mean the only thing, all of the pups have is being able to access things the other pups can't. And I'm sure you're going, oh, well, that means that certain pups can unlock different parts of the level, opening up variety and being really cool and unique. And if you thought that, then congratulations, because you deserve to be a comedian, because you are being hysterical. All of the pups control in the exact same way. The only thing I can think of where having these multiple pups actually matter is Chase being able to sniff out things, which only utilized in like 2 levels. Man, come on, NitPicker, there's gotta be something you're not telling us. They wouldn't just toss these pups in for no reason and not have them do anything. Oh, they do something alright, and you know what they can do? Well, first, let's discuss how the game controls. And the controls are funny, because I downloaded this game on Game Pass before I went to bed one night and woke up the next morning saying to myself, well, gee whiz, this will be a co-op game with a fixed camera and all of the characters can only move in 8 directions.
Babe, just...
And lo and behold, I was right. Yes, as you can imagine, the control is very limited and not smooth and forces you to only move in 8 directions. God, most Nintendo games can have some limits, and even they don't have that. Was that too far? Anyway, you run around these levels collecting collectibles, dog treats, and doing some other missions along the way. The level design is painfully generic and boring. And I know you're saying, but NitPicker, this is for kids, of course it's gonna be simple. Yeah, but literally, these levels have nothing interesting in them. If you don't care about the items, there would be nothing here at all, I promise you. And the jump... Oh. No matter how hard you press the button, or how lightly you press the button, your character will jump like they're on the moon! Literally, the jumps are clunky and stiff to control. In most games, the jump would work differently depending on if you held the button or just tapped it, but here, it doesn't matter, and just feels completely wrong. Now, I know y'all have been waiting. What do the other pups do? Well, all of them are so cool and unique, in that they have different ways of pressing the Y button. The pups have no other different abilities besides playing a cutscene. Basically what happens during a level is that you can walk up to certain things and press the Y button to interact with them, but all that does is just give you dog treats. There's no gameplay here. The only other time a pup matters are during mini-games. Oh yeah, about those. I know you heard me talking about how the pups got superpowers from the meteor that crashed in Adventure Bay, right? And I bet you thought that those superpowers would come into effect and have some super cool level design. No. All they do is start an animation, ruining the pace by the way, and then you get into a mini-game that mostly involves spamming a button or variations of spamming a button. What are you even screwing? And the wrench isn't even attached to anything. Oh, and you gotta love how the tutorial videos before the minigames run in like 15 frames per second. How about this watering minigame? You know, the one when you can beat without moving? How about the other mini-games that you unlock during the story, like Skye's, where you can also beat it without doing anything? The other minigames are pretty much uninteresting, with the only positive thing being that you can choose whichever pup you want in most of the minigames, like Chase, Skye, Marshall, and Tuma. There's lame DDR, Crash Bandicoot Underwater, Jump Rope, which I swear you can beat with your eyes shut, Everest's minigame, and my favorite being the obstacle course, because I beat the time limits without even trying, and it was a rare achievement. Alright, let me wrap this up, because this ending is amazing, let me tell you. So we get word that a mech being powered by the meteor is going around destroying Adventure Bay. Wait, I thought we took care of it at the beginning. What the hell happened to it? So we're tasked with saving the civilians in this small ass park, which is literally just a square, but I had to get all the collectibles first. Look, I know you could be stomped any second now, but I need my dog treats, okay? Anyway, we save all the civilians, even though some materialize once you save others. Then, we take down the giant mech with a string of minigames and repetitive cutscenes, and all's well that ends well. Let's see what Ryder has to say about all this.
There's the meteor! Help rock.
Well, I guess nothing. Overall, this game is dog shit. Thank you. I'll see you next week. Thank you.